room, and he has asked that she come out to speak with officers. He relays to officers that she's asked to indicate that she is asleep inside the room, at which point officers discuss with the male resident the fact that they're either going to have to go and get her and escort her to mental health themselves if she's not willing to come out to see them voluntarily. At this point, the male resident invites them into the house, and they move up the stairwell towards the bedroom in order to make verbal contact.
It's the police, man. Can you open up the door?
Officers are seen here just stacking up in the stairwell in an attempt to make verbal contact and explain the situation with the female resident. Officer Elke verbalizes to the female that it's the police and asks that she come out of the room. Officers are then immediately met with gunfire through the bedroom door, which strikes Officer Elke's body-worn camera, sending it down the stairway.
Okay, well, I have paperwork that's...
Officers take cover after the shots are fired. A subsequent shot is fired as officers find cover within the residence as well as exit out the front doorway. At this point, the officers have taken fire. We are not sure the status of Officer Elke's injury, if there are any, and they are trying to make a hasty plan as to what the next steps would be. The female subject decides to exit the bedroom with the handgun in her hand and subsequently looks down over the stairwell railing in Officer Graham's direction. He fires towards the female one time, having no effect. And then while she still poses an immediate threat to his life and the other officers on scene, he fires a second time, and she subsequently falls to the landing at the top of the stairway.
11:05, shots fired. Subject down, can't see her hands. She's at the top of the stairs. I can't see her. She pointed the gun down over the awning right at me.
The male resident, as he attempts to come back inside, is told to leave by officers for his own safety until they can evaluate the status of the victim. They maintain cover on the female while they call for additional resources, be it additional officers and medic, so they can respond to the scene.
11:05, start medic for her.
Officer Graham does a great job communicating with other officers what he's seeing and how they should proceed. He indicates to Officer Elke that she needs to check herself to see the extent of her injuries, if there are any, and then begins to make a plan with officers on scene to render aid to the female subject, who is now laying unresponsive at the top of the stairwell.
Hold lether on her. I'm going to glove up. I got you.
We see here Officer Graham putting on rubber gloves in order to safely render aid to the female subject. So at this point, medic and fire will be en route to the scene. Officers have been trained to provide medical aid to gunshot victims while waiting for medic and fire, and this is what they're attempting to do at this point, or making a plan to do. So Officer Elke and Officer Graham, while being covered, will move up to the female.